It's week 2 of the NFL, and we'll get a look here at Derrick Henry. He's the owner of the 3rd most rushing touchdowns league-wide. It's the Ravens and the Bengals, and it's coming up next.
Welcome to Baltimore's Inner Harbor. 70,000 plus have filled M&T Bank Stadium since 1998, the home of the Ravens. Thanks for having us in. Mike Tirico with Greg Olson, week 2 of the season. Greg, as you get the season going, you want to get that first game under your belt. Now, it almost feels like all the build-up is past. Now we're looking ahead to this long marathon of a regular season.
Absolutely, and this is really where you fall into the pace of the NFL season. All off-season, no matter how hard you try to say, all right, week 1 is just 1 of 17, that's not the case. It is different, Mike. You have all training camp, all summer, all spring to prepare for one opponent. Well, now that game is over and done with, and you get back to work on Monday, and you're going to play again in 6 days. The team that is able to turn the page to the next game week after week, those are the teams that handle the grind, the marathon, as you called it, of the NFL season, and here we are in week 2.
The Cincinnati offense set to take over for the first time. And they're led by the #1 overall pick in 2021, national champion at LSU, it's Joe Burrow.
Going back and looking at last week's tape, just a little too up and down for my liking. It's hard to win consistently in the NFL, Mike, with your quarterback having good plays, bad good weeks, bad weeks. You want to just level all of that out. Maybe you lose some of the highs, but you prevent some of the lows. And when he was good, he was really good. But when he was bad, those are the back-breaking plays that really are hard to overcome if you want to win consistently in this league.
Burrow here on 2nd down. A quick slant taken by Chase. Trying to avoid the early 3 and out. They face 3rd and a yard. Here we go. They'll try to run it here with Moss. And he's going to be brought down behind the line. This defense fired up to start the game. It's 4th down.
The idea here for this offense is you're not really thinking necessarily touchdown. You're thinking first down. Let's get a fresh set of downs here and reset. But in this case, they suffer a loss, and it brings up 4th down.
The Bengals out and ready to punt. This brought in out past the 20. And it'll be brought down, short return, and they'll take over there. The Ravens offense taking the field for the first time, led by their quarterback, league MVP in 2019 and 2023, Lamar Jackson.
Last week's performance, Mike, probably when you go back and look at it, the thing that stands out the most is just a little bit too inconsistent for their liking. I mean, he found a way to ultimately lead his team to a victory, and that's the biggest thing. But with that said, he has to do a better job of keeping the ball from getting into the wrong hands. He got too careless at times, and they made him pay for it. If he does that here today, he might not get so lucky.
The break the huddle coming up now for 1st and 10. First carry for one of the league's best workhorses, Derrick Henry. And nothing on that one, back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it. Jackson now on 2nd down. A throw left side, taken in by Thomas. And he's down inside the 40-yard line. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. 1st and 10 now from the 36. From the shotgun, here's Jackson. Now he takes off.
Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner. A little slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good game.
Open man, that's Flowers. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line. On the handoff, it's Henry. And he's going to be brought down just outside the 10-yard line.
Wow, this is the advantage to having a really effective passing game, Mike, as the defense now tries to adjust to stopping you through the air. It's a lot easier to mix it up and run the ball. There's a lot less defenders in there trying to stop you.
He's going to keep it, and he will win the race to the pylon. He's in. Lamar Jackson. Touchdown, Ravens. The defense comes up with the coverage, but they cannot keep up with the speed as the quarterback scrambles to the end zone for the touchdown.
And down here in the red zone, Mike, is where I think a quarterback's legs can be the most dangerous. The defenders are trying to match backs, match tight end.
On one, ready? Here we go.
On 1st and 10, Burrow. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete.
Timing and trust, critical elements of this quick passing game. If your target and the quarterback are not on the same page, it winds up being an incompletion and a wasted down.
And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on 3rd down.
Here we go.
Burrow working in the pistol. That's into the hands of Gesicki. He's got it. And he's going to be brought down inside the 15. Now whistles and a timeout. On the move at the 14-yard line. It's 1st and 10. Quick throw, taken in. And he'll try to use that size and push forward, but it will not work. They're going to get him down behind the line.
Here we go, here we go. 11, Tommy. Stop.
2nd down, Burrow. To the end zone there, but it is incomplete.
They let a golden opportunity slip away on that one. That's the matchup that they wanted. They just couldn't quite capitalize on it.
Working out of the gun, Burrow. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down. McPherson's kick is good. And the Bengals are on the board. It's 7-3.
And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
This will be returned from the 6. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. The Ravens offense ready to see what they can do on their 2nd possession. The lead sits at 4, so they'll try to add on to that. This drive begins with 1st and 10.
No, we changed it. Shut up.
They'll start out on the ground with Henry. Threw him up the sideline at the 45. And he's going to be taken down. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. Jackson now to throw on 1st down. This throw right is taken in by Flowers. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. It's been a busy 1st quarter for him so far. His 3rd catch goes for a 1st down. We are through 1. It's the Ravens out front. We'll be back in Baltimore after this. Ball rests at the 37. It's 1st and 10. From the gun, Jackson. He runs with it. 10 yards on the scramble there, and he picks up the 1st down.
Mike, the defensive line rush plan is critical when you're playing quarterbacks like this. You have to keep him contained in the pocket, because the second he gets out of the pocket, we can see what happens.
Finding space at the 15. 17 yards on the gain, and now they've got first and goal.
And a nice pickup there by the back with an explosive run play. And it's important to point out, Mike, this offensive play caller, he's still working off that opening script. It doesn't necessarily have to just be...
And he's in. Jay Flowers. Touchdown, Baltimore. It's his third touchdown on the year.
And that was just a great drive, really from start to finish, Mike. You could see the play caller just really finding his rhythm, mix in run, mix in pass, results in the touchdown pass, but really
On one, ready? Here we go.
A first down throw for Burrow. He's got room past the 35. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. So they come to the line for first down and 10. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. The middle of the field, that's taken in by Chase. And he'll be taken down, but they are in business inside the 30-yard line. First run of the game here for Chase Brown. He'll take this down to the 23. Kyle Hamilton, the former Notre Dame star, able to make the play.
11 mighty. 11 mighty.
Play action now. It's Burrow. That's to his big tight end, Gesicki. Third down, 3 to go.
Here we go.
Burrow from out of the gun here on third down. Under pressure, and down he goes. They got him.
sometimes, Mike, your greatest strength can also be a little bit of your weakness. In this case, he is so used to being able to buy more time with his feet, extend the play, give his targets more time downfield to uncover. In this case, nothing materializes, tried to do too much, and as a result, takes a big loss.
So now they'll send out Evan McPherson for this field goal try. This will be from 47 yards. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Bengals are able to get it back within a score.
So anytime an offense comes off the field after settling for 3, you always have to take the good with the bad. In order to get down there in field goal range, you had to do something positive to move the ball. But at the same time, how are we going to be able to finish these drives and convert for 6 the next time we get down there?
Oh, very good field position to start as the return is past the 40. Derrick Henry heading out along with the rest of this Ravens offense. And before this drive starts, we're going to take a look at the race as it stands to see who might take home the NFL's Offensive Player of the Year award. And he's shedding tacklers left and right, winding his way for a gain of 8.
This just shows why you can't count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. You gotta have guys coming in support when that first hit is made. It takes a team effort to stop him, especially once he gets going.
First time these two have connected this afternoon, and it'll wind up being a first down.
The drag route is such a good way to get the ball early into the hands of your tight end and take some pressure off the quarterback and give him an easy completion. The size and the athleticism allows them to try to pick up more yards, but do it after the catch.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. Now Jackson. Flowers with the catch. His 5th catch of the afternoon. Good for a first down.
Every defense in the league, Mike, they stress the importance of defending the middle of the field. And in this case, that's just too much room to operate. They have to find a way to close and cloudy up those windows, make the quarterback throw the ball to the sidelines. And you allow him to operate in there, especially with that much space, you're going to make for a long day.
Jackson looking to throw. He's got it at the 3. And he's going to be down close to the goal line. Good job defensively to make sure he did not get to the end zone. Henry tries to bull his way in. Trying to push the pile forward. He didn't even get to the 1-yard line. They stop him short. No gain. They'll try and run, and here's Henry. And this time he will work his way into the end zone. Derrick Henry. Touchdown, Ravens.
You hear coaches, you hear commentators, everybody talks about that middle 4, Mike, the final 2 minutes of the second quarter and the first 2 minutes of the third quarter. Here they are now. They go down and they steal to end the half. Remember, they're going to get the ball first coming out of the break.
Now Jackson and the Ravens will try to tack on 2 more. This is caught. He's got it. And they tack 2 more onto their lead.
Mike, I think all of us can remember exactly where we were during a certain Super Bowl where throwing the ball this close to the goal line ended up being a disaster. But unlike that time, they ran this pass play to perfection, and the result, 2 points.
Here we go on the return from the 1. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line.
Here we go, here we go. God!
A tight end in motion now.
God!
And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he'll pick up 2 out to the 27. And now we'll get a late timeout coming in the waning moments of this second quarter.
11,
And they'll elect not to run another play. Instead, just take a knee and take this on into the locker room. So we reach halftime in what has been, to this point, a one-sided game. As we get you down to Florida, Orlando specifically, where the coach is, Jonathan Coachman, has our EA Sports halftime report.
Okay, Mike, back to you and Greg in just a moment. But after a wild first weekend in the NFL, time to see.
And apparently we'll forget about that for the moment and turn our attention to quarter number 3. Let's go. Third quarter set to commence. And we're back underway here on EA Sports. To return it, it's Dorsey. And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line. The Ravens offense and receiver Zay Flowers heading back onto the field. And you see the numbers for him into this third quarter. They just pop off the screen. He has been open and electric throughout. On first down, they'll start the drive with Henry. And a good run there. Going to get him 5 yards.
And he just continues to chew off more and more yardage with every single carry. And you can see here with the numbers, Mike, for as strong as he was in the first half, it almost looks like he's gotten even stronger now here in the second.
Taking off.
That's just great awareness there, Mike. He's looking downfield. He doesn't see anything, but he is locked in to get that first down. He tucks it, becomes a runner, and gets past the marker.
And a good one here on the ground across midfield. Let's give him 9 for the carry. A good spot here, 2nd and a yard. They'll try to throw here with Jackson. That's into the hands of Flowers. And he'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the first down. They'll work straight ahead with Henry. And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's 2nd down. To throw is Jackson. There's a short one caught by Andrews. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. They'll run it with Henry. He'll try to push forward. He'll wind up getting 3 yards with that one. Veteran Trey Hendrickson there on the stop. 2nd down, Jackson. There's that man again, another catch. And that's a 1st down. It will be a gain of 8. Out of the gun, here's a give to Henry. And good blocking up front, paving the way for a gain of 8 on the ground. Here's Jackson. Off-balance throw. It's complete. To the goal line and in. Zay Flowers. Touchdown, Baltimore. That's his 2nd touchdown of the game. He's doubled his season output. He now has 4.
Get set. 11, 11, 11, 11, 11, 11 MT, take. 11 MT.
Running from the pistol, it's Brown. And he'll work forward for about 3. It's 2nd down.
Here we go. Dot.
A carry here for Brown. And he'll weave his way down close to that 1st down. Going to come up just a little shy. It's going to be 3rd down and short.
Here we go.
Motion man is the tight end going right.
Stop.
On the ground, it's Brown. Heading outside, going to be close. It's going to depend on the spot. They're going to mark him short, and it is going to be 4th down.
Mike, I have to be honest. When offenses come up with run-play designs, blocking the corner is not really a big priority. But in this case, great job not only forcing it on the outside, but defeating the block, coming up and making the tackle, and keeping it to no gain.
The Bengals ready to punt this one away. As he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. This is taken at the 25. And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. Lamar Jackson and the Ravens headed back out again. They've definitely outplayed their opponents to this point in the 3rd quarter. They might be looking to grind out some 1st downs and chew up some valuable time on the clock. And a good job following his blockers, a gain of 7. It'll be 2nd down. And his fine afternoon on the ground continues. The last run going to put him up over 100 yards for this one. So, 3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Here's 2nd and 3 to go.
180.
Back to throw, Jackson. Who else? Another catch for his favorite target. Take a look at his receiving numbers. So he has been terrific. Over 100 yards in this one. 1st and 10. On the ground, here's Henry. And he finds some space, tackled after a gain of 7 on 1st down. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. From the shotgun, here's Jackson. A throw, left side, caught by Andrews. And that's a 1st down. It will be a gain of 8. A give right up the middle to Henry. And that'll be a pickup of 3. They face 2nd down and 7. Now it's Jackson. Open man, that's Flowers. And that's going to be a 1st down. A pickup of 9.
Well, Mike, sometimes we try to make NFL football a lot harder than it is. When you have a reliable target like this, and he just continues to get open and you realize the defense simply can't cover him, there's no reason to look anywhere else. Not only has he put together a tremendous game statistically, but he's just been flat-out dominant.
2nd and a yard. Jackson now. And he'll take it on in. Rashad Bateman. Touchdown, Ravens. And another score in another good performance after winning the opener on their way to 2-0.
Mike, you can't be 2-0 without being 1-0, and for them to be able to continue to string early wins together in the first part of the year, this is the start that every team dreams about. This is what you work.
Gun. Dot.
Burrow now to throw on 1st down.
Recognizing the blitz is just the first step in the process for a quarterback, understanding who you can account for with the protection and then who you can't account for. That's where your hot receiver comes in.
Nowhere to get away, and he's going to go down.
Early in this drive, they're trying to establish some offensive rhythm, but now after that 2nd down sack, really puts them in a must-pass. You don't want to be in 3rd and long very often in the NFL. It's not a very high percentage conversion rate, and with the danger of a 3 and out, they better hold up here in pass protection.
Open man is Kadarius Toney, the former Giant. He got a lot of what he needed, but just not enough. The mark is a couple of yards shy of the 1st down. And here comes 4th down.
Here we go.
They'll try and run for it.
You find yourself down big. It's the 4th quarter. There's really no choice but to go for this at this point. But once again, this defense, they're up to the task, and they come through yet again with a huge stop.
The Ravens offense and Lamar Jackson getting set to take over once more. And we show you some of the highlights, and there have been plenty to choose from. 3 touchdown passes and some other big-time throws as well. Certainly dialed in and on top of his game right. From the 39, here's a 1st and 10. On the give, here's Henry. And a good, hard run. He would not be denied. Surging forward to pick up 8. Here's 2nd and 2. Throwing Jackson. He's got his tight end. It's Andrews.
Really nice job here by the quarterback, understanding what did he need to pick up a fresh set of downs. In this case, that underneath drag route was all it took. Get the ball into the hands of your receiver, pick up a 1st down.
And he'll get about 6 there, setting up 2nd down. Jackson. A dive and a catch. Incredible. From the 1-yard line. 1st down and goal. Now a timeout here by Baltimore. That's going to be their 2nd. As the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go in the game. Now it is 1st and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And this is going to be a touchdown. They are going to extend the lead here in the final minute of play. Greg, in the end zone again, I'm running out of different ways to say touchdown. They're doing it so often here today.
Mike, some offensive play callers, once they get the lead, it's just milk the clock and let's get out with a win. But not...
Thomas. 42. Zaha.
On first down, Burrow. Just trying to avoid the rush there. He's hit as he threw when the pass is incomplete. We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10.
Good set.
Working out of the gun, Burrow. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down.
Here we go.
Burrow. He's got a receiver. It's Chase. And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield.
On 1, ready?
Here's 1st and 10.
Here we go. 180.
Here we go. One final play. And the final throw of the game winds up incomplete. And that will do it. This one comes to an end. So it's a win here for the Ravens. They get the job done here at home, and they follow the opening weekend victory with another here to move to 2-0 on the season. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. The Ravens are victorious as we say so long from Baltimore.